My name is what? My name is my name is.
All right, so why use Pixelmator? If you can use Photoshop, if you're a professional designer, if you're a background painter, if you're, I don't know, someone who likes using Photoshop, a texture artist, and you're using it every day for 6 hours, Photoshop is the way to go. However, for everyone else, it is way too much money. And I get that. So there's a lot of other options. There's things like Aviary Image Editor, Sumo Paint, this is Pixlr, Pixlr, and even Photoshop Express Editor. These are all free options. And if all you're doing are things like cropping, resizing, auto-correcting, these free options are great. But if you're using, if you need to change images daily, if you're using, doing it for flyers, if you're doing it for blogs, just a little bit of design, you're a hobbyist designer and want to do a program with the training wheels, Pixelmator is a great option. So this is just pixelmator.com where you can find this program, and there's all sorts of great tutorials. If you just click on tutorials right here. And it's good for just about everything that Photoshop does. Now, it has some limits. If you're doing things like using the healing brush, it takes a little bit longer to load. If you have more than 30 images that you're combining together, more than 30 layers, that is to say, it takes a little bit longer, or it doesn't work well enough to really use. And if you're cutting out things like hair, if you need to cut out like fur, things like that from an image, it really doesn't hold a candle to Photoshop. But if you're not doing any of those things, if you're just doing things like you want to make a small fix, you want to combine images together, you want to get rid of a shadow, you want to do things like that, Pixelmator is a really great option. The first few videos I'm going to do are going to be pretty simple things like cropping and rotating, things you could easily do in Photoshop Express. The next few are going to be things like cutting things out. Then we're going to get into fixing images. Then we're going to get into combining images. And maybe we'll do some other things. I don't know. I haven't done it yet. Stay with me.
Hi, my name is what?